I, Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, hereby command that you do not listen or subscribe to the Dragon Ball 4 Life podcast. Whatever you do, would you defy royalty? No! Bye!
Anime, we have your attention, please, and welcome to another episode of Dragon Ball 4 Life, where you come for the content, but you stay for the culture. That's right, we talking Goku and Soul Food. We talking about Ichigo with our Ichi Bros. We them outlaw stars, giving you them outlaw bars. Preaching the good word on all things nerd. As always, we are your hosts, the Fusion Dance Dons, aka the Mongods. I am Bro G, the Prince of all Saiyans, Mr. Matthew Porter, aka Matty Ice, here with my counterpart, the Oob to my Majin Buu, my Den Day One going from the lookout to the cookout, and Mr. Troll Tool Trav. Talk to the people, Trav.
I ain't here for the pleasantries today.
you know what's funny? I thought about not doing it too. Be like, yo, I don't got time to be happy. Let's just get to the shit, yo.
Look, we gonna lead with positivity, because what we're gonna talk about that's positive has nothing to do with Chapter 92. But
not a single thing. But the positivity that my good brother Trav is talking about was Cos-Palooza. Goddamn, guys, it was a fucking smash. We did it.
Couldn't have gone any better for our very, 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 very first event that we've ever been a part of that handled any coordination, project planning. But yeah, I still am reeling from that night. It was, I had to dig into my 21 to 26-year-old bag of staying up and being out in the streets until 10 to 2. But, I did it.
He did. I was proud of you, bro. I was proud of you. I saw your social meter going down, but you stayed in strong, bro.
Hey, you know what? When it comes to the DB4L family, we go to Shenron and say, please grant me the strength for this event, and he sure did.
He said, "Papa." He gave you some. He put the Majin John on your forehead, get some extra party powers.
I pulled a Piccolo. If we're gonna stick to the theme of Dragon Ball Super here, and ask for my potential to be unlocked. And,
solid.
I didn't yet reveal my Orange Travis version, so it was just the Ultimate Travis that was coming out on Saturday night. Got to save that for the next one.
I feel you, bro. But yeah, Cos-Palooza Chapter 1. I'm undecided if I want to do like version 1, Chapter 1. I feel like Chapter 1 kind of goes the manga theme, and we just kind of like every time we do it, it'll just be the next chapter of it. But
I like that.
It went amazing. I want to shout out to Riot Meg and the Riot Nerd team. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everything that you did. Milk Boy, the venue, it was great. Like we've been saying, when me and Trav started this podcast, like we're out to prove a point that not only is there a way larger market for this nerd shit that we all love, but there is a way larger audience that really can get into this type of content. Like it's not, it's a niche market, but not really anymore. Like it's a niche market because of the people that we are kind of like rebelling against that don't really want to open it up to everybody. But I think Cos-Palooza proved that even the most casual of the casual nerd, or even like the most closeted nerd, or even the most like, nerd adjacent, like, I know people that know about it, so I'm familiar with it, but that's not really my thing. I think Cos-Palooza proved that like there's something for everybody when it comes to the nerdom, like whether it's anime, manga, comics, Marvel, DC, cartoons, like whatever your thing is, there's something for everybody. Because, man, when I tell you, every walk of life was at that party. Every walk of life.
And I did want to share some feedback that Allie gave me, that one of the people that attended the Cos-Palooza told her, and it was positive. And he was saying that there's not too many places where he can kind of express himself in the way that he did and feel welcome. And that's the message that's the environment that we want to bring, right?
The whole point.
Because we know that when it comes to this specific fandom, for the wrong reasons, people try to look down on it, try to clown on it. But with us, we want to showcase that, you know, there's people that come from different walks of life. There's people that look differently, that act differently, but we all share this same love for anime, manga, and just nerd culture in general. And what we want to do with Cos-Palooza is, like, I'm sure there's plenty of times where, you know, they're going out to places, you know, music is bumping, and shout out to DJ Anshi. Like, she fucking
the Ray
it.
killed
like,
it.
She is definitely going to be a staple of this moving forward. And I think that going into this event and going into an environment where not only was there a mix and blend of anime music, video game culture, like that Rihanna Lemon verse.
Oh yeah, that shit was
the Super Mario.
Yeah,
beat,
that shit was lit, bro. Bodied that.
and I just can't wait for the next opportunity that she gets with more time fleshed out for her to fully prepare. Like, I can't even wait to see the mixes that she comes up with. But to kind of go back to what I was saying is that we want people to come into these atmospheres where, damn, I would love to go to a club that has music bumping, everything is live, but I want to be with my people. I want to be with people where I can cosplay as Andy from Attack on Titan. I can cosplay as Goku. I can cosplay as what was her name? Who also won?
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Yeah. But I want to be able to do it, and I don't want to have to drive an hour and a half to New York City. I don't want to have to fly down to Atlanta. I don't want to have to fly out to Cali,
Texas.
Even though, you know, those are all great cities to visit. But, you know, everybody has different financial obligations, different personal obligations, where it will be so much more convenient to just have it right here. And we have, you know, we definitely have, you know, fan expos and things that come to Philly. But when it comes to this cosplay party shit, it lacks. And that's, you know, where we hope to bring that in and kind of, you know, bridge that gap, as you always say, Matt. So I just want to, you know, echo that sort of feedback that we receive, because we want people to come in there and feel that they can just be their self 100% and not have to feel like they have to shy away from anything. And I think, you know, it truly showed, because we want that environment to be super welcoming, and also, you know, let's get lit, let's have fun, and, you know, dress up as your favorite anime character while bumping Busta Rhymes, Pastor Cavassier.
Yes, sir. And another thing that I was really happy about was that one way more people came dressed up than I thought were going to. So I was very, very pleased about that.
We're actually gonna have to do a cutoff next time for cosplay contest.
Yeah,
it's a great problem to have, but
it was a wonderful problem to have. But outside of that, a lot of people who I knew or didn't know, who just were coming like to support, or just because they just wanted to party. A lot of people who weren't dressed up, I heard them saying like, "Oh, I'm wearing a costume next time." Like, "Oh, I definitely want to dress up next time."
I don't know if you noticed those two guys that showed up from the very beginning that weren't dressed up, but they seemed to have a ball. Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they were there from the very beginning to the very end, and then, you know, my boy DC came through. He didn't dress up, but he still had a great time. Like it, and we want people to feel that way as well. Like, oh, I don't really cosplay, but I definitely want to come and support. You're more than welcome to do that. And I think that's important that we do have people that do that, because it shows those who did dress up that they still can be their authentic self around those that maybe they didn't participate. Because I think there's that weird balance that people don't know how to really navigate through is, man, if I show up not dressed up, then I'm not really like supporting or being a part of it. Or, man, I'm gonna show up dressed up and I gotta worry about people that aren't dressed up looking at me funny, which is not the case. Like, we're all here with the same interests, the same vibes. And hey, if you want to come through with just your regular gear, an anime t-shirt, that's cool. If you want to go full,
we had a Guy Fieri costume. Like it was to the point that there was like real people cosplaying as real people, and I loved
it. Exactly.
And I loved it. There was a Pam Beasley in the crowd. I thought that was really dope.
I thought when you were saying that, you were just saying whatever, and I was like, all right, let him cook on the mic.
I was trying to get her attention. I was like, shout out to Pam Beasley Halpert. Like, shout out to Pam Beasley Halpert. And she was just in her zone. So
hey, we love that.
Nah, man, I had a really good time. I think we're allowed to set. Well, you know, I asked for forgiveness, not permission. We have a soft date of part 2, chapter 2, October 29th. That is the last Saturday right before Halloween. And that is kind of what our goal is going to be, just to kind of run them twice a year. April, because that's kind of like in the middle of con season. It's not like right when people are like heading to Cali or whatnot. It's like kind of right after, so people can like maximize all the money and time that they put into their costumes and use them in a fun space. And then Halloween, because everybody wants to dress up anyway. So that'll kind of be like our thing. And then we also, little peek behind the curtain. We were getting a lot of people on IG in the comments that were saying like, hey, like I would love for like my kids to be able to like to have something like this. So we want to also look to possibly not this summer, because we would not be. I mean, I'm sure we could pull it together if we needed to, but let's not put that stress on us. So we're gonna
let's continue to build, but not
exactly. So we wanna possibly look what we want to do it. We're just trying to flesh out the idea. We want to do like a family version of it, like a kids palooza or something for like, maybe the age to enter isn't 21 and up. Maybe it's like, like a teen situation, or, like a family event where we can open it up during the day, maybe at like a park or a hall. It doesn't necessarily have to be at a bar. But the fact that, we've been saying, like, as we like we're talking off mic about Cos-Palooza and like the printing and everything, we were saying like, yo, there's a market for this. Like, I know, especially in Philly, there are a lot of people who are like into cosplay, or just like, even if they're just like, oh, I just like dressing up, or like this, that, something, the third, like you said, Trav, like, even though the party is branded as it is, at the end of the day, it's just what Cos-Palooza is at its core is a safe place for people to be who they want to be. Exactly. Like, literally and figuratively. Yeah. Be who you want to be. Be who you want to be, have fun. Or like you were just saying, Trav, or even kind of like it's taken on another life of its own, for it was also allowing people who maybe want to kind of get into the nerd culture but don't either feel welcome or like they're embarrassed. Because Trav, you were saying yesterday when we were just talking to each other that there is still kind of like one final little stigma of like corniness when it comes to like, like comics or anime and stuff like that. Like, we're way shoots and ladders far from like what the typical definition of a nerd was back in like the 90s and the early 2000s. Like, you were considered like a loser unless you were in that circle, if you kind of like enjoyed all this nerddom stuff. But, we've gotten so further down between celebrities, like Michael B. Jordan, Meg Thee Stallion, like open comic book fans or open manga fans, open anime fans, so that have like kind of made it way more socially acceptable. But, amongst like definitely like the minority community, there is still kind of a pocket or like a feeling like, hey, like, I want to get into this, but I don't want my friends to make fun of me type of situation. Right. Or like, none of my friends like this, so I don't want to be the only one, because then I don't have anyone to talk to about it.
And I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just going to say, and I feel like with Cos-Palooza, because there were a lot of people that were just there to have fun, not necessarily like into anime or whatnot, what have you, that they saw everyone in all these great costumes having fun, or like maybe they were standing close enough to a conversation about, One Piece or Demon Slayer, and they're like, oh, that shit sounds dope. You know what? Yeah. Let me go home and check. Let me try the free Crunchyroll subscription real quick. Let me see what's going on. But what were you gonna say?
And no, I was just gonna say like what you and I, Yali, Mike, what we're all trying to. One of the many goals that we want to accomplish is that
super shout outs to super producer Mikey and Yali as well for their part.
The amount of thanks that Yali is really the engine behind like DB4L.
They're the heart and soul of DB4L, so, like, respectively.
It's like, I know we do it for us, but specifically we really try to like make sure that it's a success for Yali, because the amount of work that she puts in for this podcast,
there is no DB4L without her.
Exactly.
We would, the three, like me, you and Mike, I'm sure we'd figure it out, but we wouldn't be doing it at the level that we're doing it.
and that's total. And I'm like 150% admitting, like, okay with like. It's the one thing that we've learned when it comes to podcasting, as we've said multiple times, it's not just getting on the mic and recording, but
at all.
We learned quickly that, hey, if we really want to get traction and let our voices be heard, it's a team effort. It's you can't just, you and I couldn't just do this by ourselves.
We about to have to start expanding the team now.
I know, right? But what I was saying though was that one of our many goals is, while we do, we still want this to continue, while we do appreciate figures such as Meg Thee Stallion, Michael B. Jordan, celebrities of the world being out and open about their fandom, we want to also kind of then, all right, that's the first layer we're going to peel, right? The next layer is, let's not wait until someone who's a celebrity has to give their cosign. The next layer is, yo, if you like anime, if you like manga, if Crunchyroll is the first app you open up when you turn on your Roku, that's fine.
Just do it. Be you. Like what you like.
Wear it across your chest. Be proud about that. And we don't. And for me, I was always operating under the mindset. I think once I got to college, was like, I don't give a fuck what people say to me. If you walk into my dorm room and see a Dragon Ball Z poster and you're like, oh well, this is weird. All right, then get the fuck out of my room. This is my personal space. Right,
you can leave.
Yeah, I don't you don't have to, and if I want to talk about it while standing at a keg with somebody, then I will. I don't care. So and I think the people, and here's the message that I want to give out to everybody that maybe still feels a little bit closeted when it comes to their fandom. If someone is making fun of you for your fandom, they have personal insecurities that they haven't addressed in their life, and they're now trying to project those insecurities onto yourself. So 1,000%. Just know that when they are making fun of you for your fandom, you're actually probably mentally in a better space than them. And this is not to shut anyone else down or bring people down, but just know that when they're trying to belittle you, they're coming from a place that they have inner demons and self that they haven't addressed. So if you're out in the open, you're expressing yourself, hey, look, you've done the inner work that you've done. you up right now. Exactly. And keep doing that, keep doing you. And yeah, Cos-Palooza, we here, baby.
Hell yeah. And even to add to that, Trav, the people who make fun of nerd culture, I would probably say it's a safe bet to say 8 to 9 times out of 10, they had a moment in their life where they wanted to get into it and they were made fun of and it chased them away. And now it's it's a bitterness. Hey, I wanted to Dragon Ball Z, or I wanted to Pokemon and I got made fun of. So, I turned to sports, or, I turned to this, that, and the third or whatever. And now it's they see people, like you said, being comfortable in their nerddom. And it's just damn, I wish that was me. Right. I wish I was allowed to just do that.
Yeah.
Well, guess what you are.
Hey, look, we'll just close this loop on Cos-Palooza was a success.
1,000%.
Open your nerd eye and
open up
navigate through your nerddom.
Ooh, okay, I love it. I love it. Let's go. Let's go.
Off the top.
Unfortunately for me and Trav, we can't just end it here. there is.
Yeah, we do.
There is some business.
Chapter 92 review, and I'll just start this off. So I know that in life, we have bills to pay. We have kids to take care of. We have pets to take care of. We have relationships, or if you're single and trying to find a relationship, we have life. And Matt and I, we love to make sure that we efficiently use people's time. So I would just say that if you are specifically here for a breakdown of the Chapter 92 Dragon Ball Super Manga.
Sorry.
Maybe not even sorry, Matt. We're about to help y'all out, okay?
Facts.
If you are, dabbling into, maybe I should start reading the manga, you should, read manga and source materials if you have the free time. But I'm here to tell you, save your fucking time and watch the movie.
Yep.
Watch the movie, because when Chapter 92 came out, I saw leaks of what the chapter was about, and I said, okay, maybe it's just leaks. Maybe it's just, they don't have the full chapter yet. The full chapter came out, and brother, that shit sucks, dude. It is the movie, and it's it's 2D. It's on paper.
Yeah.
So it's not even as good as the movie.
And you know what's even funny with that, bro? Like, cause like, not to like get geeky, even though that's the point here. Like the process of like how a movie's made. Like even with the live action movie, there's these things called storyboards, where like there's basically artists that like draw out what the movie's going to be, like very rough version. If anybody watches The Mandalorian, the end credits of every episode is always like the storyboards for the show. So the fact that this was an animated movie that was already drawn, they essentially could have just lifted the storyboards and put some page numbers on them and called it the chapter.
literally once the movie dropped, could have been like, okay, hell, you couldn't even include it in the 4K DVD release. Here are the storyboards for
Facts.
the movie. Because that's all
there probably is. The bonus features for the DVD probably have that.
Oh, but you know what, Matt? If you want to go to the manga for something different, okay, well, Toyotawa forgot to put the scar on Broly's face. Oh, let's go read the chapter because
we got some new shit.
Oh my god, bro! Because the thing is like, even from a business perspective, what is going to entice people to go out and buy this? Because because the thing about the manga is that it's supposed to flow within the same continuity, but at the same time have enough differences to make you want to read the manga. Exactly. And there's literally nothing about this chapter that's anything different than the manga. I mean, than the movie. And so I'm just reading this through. There's Gamma 2 and Gamma 1 are already created, so all right, well, we don't know the process behind creating the two Gammas. Like, we just went through a prequel arc of Hedo going through all his different iterations of the androids before he got to Gammas 1 and 2, which I would have loved to see. Okay, what is the inspiration behind Gammas 1 and 2? How did you go about creating them?
Sega Man X1 and X2.
Yeah, and not even, like, they didn't even have a panel for him to say that. They just, here they are again, like in the movie. And then, and you know, I'm going to, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not even going to give it benefit of the doubt because they have not given me any reason
don't cape
to think
for him,
so.
Trav. Don't cape for him.
And the chapter ends with Broly already on Beerus' planet, training with Goku and Vegeta, like in the beginning of the movie. So okay, we don't even get that luxury or that storyline that we were all excited for when we heard that, okay, they're going to adapt the movie. The Granola arc ended with the Black Frieza cliffhanger. So obviously they're like, yo, he on some shit now. So he one-shotted Ultra Ego Vegeta and Ultra Instinct Goku.
At the same damn time.
So if he did that to us, shit, we got the Incredible Hulk version of a Saiyan on planet Vampa. We gotta, like, yo, Thanos is in the universe now. We gotta get him.
Let's call him up.
We don't even get like 2 panels of them going to planet Vampa, getting Chilai, Broly, and Lemma.
Just a page. Give us a page.
Just not even a page. Yeah,
just one page. Just one page. Like,
Broly's already there. So yeah. We don't even like, we can assume that, like, okay, he's there because they got to worry about Frieza now, but we don't need like we can't even confirm that. Like, we can speculate that just because that's the logical thing to do, but when has Dragon Ball ever been logical? So I'm reading this chapter and I'm thinking, there's literally nothing about this chapter that I can even pull out and be like, okay, that was worth reading. Okay, that was dope.
Something different.
You know what? I could have used that 20 minutes of time to catch up on My Hero episode that I got my backlog in. Man,
there you go.
All right, Matt. You can continue.
I'm right with you, bro. And it's like, it's even more frustrating because I know chapter 91, we were kind of like on opposite sides of like how we felt about it, but at least they added some stuff. Like, they made like the whole Hedo getting out of jail, Krillin chasing him fighting the bee. None of that was in the movie. Like they
tried something.
Like or even Pan and Piccolo's relationship was like more detailed than the movie was. Like, the movie we just saw the time where he picked her up from school and he was trying to like help her fly, but they actually had like training sessions like in the manga. So to even have prepped us like, oh shit, like they're gonna do, because to backtrack, Dragon Ball typically does this the anime way. Like, if there is a movie, like Resurrection Frieza, or not the Broly one, or what's the other one, Super Saiyan God and whatnot. When they do the anime adaptation to fill an arc, they'll add shit to it. Like they'll put additional content that wasn't in the movie at all. So since the anime is not back yet, fingers crossed, we're still waiting, obviously, one would believe, especially going based off 91, like, oh, okay, like to fill this arc, they're gonna add additional details to it.
You would think.
And in 91, they were subtle, but they did put some more content behind some stuff. Like they added some things to obviously placate to the prequel loop of like the high school and whatnot. And Krillin, like I said, like Krillin was basically a bench player in the movie, but he was kind of like on the front lines for like the first couple chapters. Like he was the one that tailed him, him being a police officer and whatnot, what have you. So it's just like to then come to chapter 92, and it's literally a play-by-play of the movie and that section of the movie, from Gamma 2 fighting Piccolo, them going to get Broly, him Piccolo getting ready to go infiltrate the Red Ribbon Army base and everything, is literally word for word, shot for shot, or I guess panel for panel, identical
Shit is crazy
to what the movie is, which is wild. And I will say, Trav, I won't shoot them bail. I'll give them one small ray of hope. Obviously, we're just 2 chapters into the movie, but it feels to me, and let me know how you feel, that where they stopped at movie wise, they're already kind of halfway through the movie. Like really all that's left is for Gohan, well, for Piccolo and Pan to do like the Pan gets kidnapped plan so Gohan can come fight. Like Piccolo's already heading to the base. He's already going to snoop around, they're already kind of like halfway through the movie. So like my hope is, because Toriyama and Toritaro with their chapter arcs, they tend to be pretty long. Like they're like, when they take that time off, they usually tend to be like, 30, 40 chapters. Like Morrow felt forever. Like that shit felt forever. So like the fact that Granola felt forever too. The fact that they're kind of halfway through the movie, maybe it was never really about the movie like we thought. Maybe they are just trying, like, all right, it happened, we want to put it in manga form so we can like introduce the characters and whatnot, even though like it's canon. You didn't really need to do this. You could have
Right.
just skipped the same shit that they did with the Broly movie, like at the end of the world tournament, like the world tournament, like the Tournament of Power saga. There was literally like a page. I was just like, oh, Goku and Vegeta ended up having like an encounter with a legendary Super Saiyan, and then they just like, all right, the movie happened, and then they moved on to the Morrow arc. If they're literally just gonna do just like a play-by-play breakdown of the movie, they could have easily just did the same shit. Like, oh, like after Granola, the Red Ribbon Army reemerged, and that's the creation of Cell Max.
All they needed to do.
And Gohan stepped up and created Gohan and Piccolo, defended the universe in the absence of Goku and Vegeta. And then we could have just picked up, with the Black Frieza arc. So the one piece of bail that I'm semi-shooting, I'm holding the ball, I ain't shooting yet, is I feel like they're speeding through the movie. And the arc just started. There's so much left. Hopefully, there's so many more chapters left that I think that they're gonna pick up with whatever the cliffhanger is coming from the Granola arc. Why Frieza let Goku and Vegeta leave? Like why he said that bar of like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna kill you because I need you guys. Or with the Oracle Fish waking up because like the strongest fighter in the universe has awakened, and they never really told who that is. Is it Goku? Is it Vegeta? Was it Granola? Is it Black Frieza? Is it, my theory, another person that Black Frieza is scared of? And he was just like, yo, we gonna have to team up. let's get it. So I'm hoping that they speed through the movie, because it seems like that's kind of the route that they're just like, all right, the movie happened, here's what happened, all right, now let's get to it. But like you said, if that's the route, just skip it.
That's my thing. Like,
just skip it.
If there's not going to be new additional information, new additional content, and it's literally going to be, like you said, a play-by-play of the movie, I 100% agree that they should have just did what they did with the Broly movie. Quick 1 to 2 pages of just a summary of the movie, and boom, here's a new arc. Because, I mean, even if it might have been out of whack, but even if they did the prequel arc and then just did a summary of superhero, that would have been fine. That would have been fine.
Facts.
But it's just it's because it's a month. Like if this was a weekly
You're like, all
release.
right, this is a filler chapter.
I wouldn't
on
be
to
as
the next
mad
one.
because it's like, all right, at least next week, you know, it wouldn't feel, but like, bro, we got one chapter per month, and this is what you're giving us. So you know, if we didn't cover this, I would not read these chapters. I would just be like, oh, okay, I saw the movie.
All right, I'll pick it back up in a year. Maybe we'll be past the movie by that point. You know, as you were saying, something did just kind of hit me in the head. The only reason that I can think that they wanted to like get the movie out of the way manga wise is we know, if you haven't seen the movie, well, we know at the end of superhero like, right, we know that Hito does like end up working with Bulma, or like joining I don't know if he joins Capsule Corp, but he becomes like an affiliate of Capsule Corp. Like, I
think he's like gonna be, I think he would be considered a Capsule Corp employee.
Gotcha. So like, we know that he goes to Capsule Corp. We know that he's gonna like rebuild Gamma 2 after his sacrifice. The only thing that I could think logically as to why they didn't want to do the Broly treatment is Hito, Gamma 1, and Gamma 2 might become like main players in Dragon Ball canon now. Like, they might be like regular characters. Like Gamma 1 and 2 might be part of the new Z Fighters now, which I think would be really dope. So maybe it's like, all right, we want to tell the movie story manga wise because we need people to be invested in these characters. Like, to skip it and then just have Gamma 1 and 2 always around and like helping out, it might not emotionally connect with people who just who only read the manga. So that's the only thing that I could think. Like, all right, Hito 1 and 2 are about to be main players. We're about to like have them moving forward, helping out all the time. Like we've been saying, like Goku and Vegeta are to the point that it's just like they shouldn't be involved in Earth problems. Like they should just only deal with like universal threats, or if the universe comes for Earth, then yeah. But anything that happens like street level crime, let Gohan, Piccolo, or now Gamma 1, Gamma 2 handle it. So
and the thing is too is that, and you know, you raise a ton of great points, and I, you know, as your brother, I just hope that your hopes aren't shattered, because like,
wouldn't be surprised if they did. They were.
Yeah, you would think that logically, and you know, we see wasted potential all the time, but logically, like you said, if it would make sense for Hedo to be a main player, because if you think about it, you have Orange Piccolo now, you have Gohan Beast. So okay, those if they stay up on their training, they should be Earth's top default defenders. And then with Hedo now a part of Capsule Corp, and I hope that it's not just a matter of him creating cosmetic products for Bulma and wasting his talent, but if this man was able to create 2 androids that were on, and granted, I know it's just plot protection, but if they were on the strength of Orange Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan, or Ultimate Gohan and Ultimate Piccolo, then how fucking cool would it be if, okay, he had all the resources from Capsule Corp, all the time in the world to actually create a heroic perfect cell. So then theoretically you have Ultimate Gohan, Ultimate Piccolo. Android 17 was on par with Super Saiyan Blue. All of a sudden, so he's on Earth chilling. You're gonna have
Gamma 1 and Gamma 2.
Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, Goten and Trunks are gonna get older, and like, you know, they're weaker than what they should be, but you know, they could get stronger. You're gonna have
Pan.
You're gonna have Pan. You're gonna have Oob, who was revealed to have God Ki during the Moro arc. So you have the players on Earth where they shouldn't need to call Goku and Vegeta. It should, and I hope that you're right, that maybe this is a play of, we're trying to set up the Earth's Z Fighter so that when it comes to Earth problems, that's who's going to solve it. But universal threats, that's Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. And I think that would be the smart approach, because you can still take the spotlight away from Goku and Vegeta, but not completely remove them. Because let's be like, we're not stupid. We know that Goku
it's their
Vegeta,
show.
Yeah, it's their show.
It's the Goku Vegeta show.
We're never going to remove them. But Superhero showed that you can have other characters be the lead protagonist and still be a smash hit, because Dragon Ball fans are Dragon Ball fans. We're not Goku and Vegeta fans. We're Dragon Ball fans. So we want to see those people get shine. So like that would be so cool if Hedo had the time to actually complete a perfect cell that could actually be used for good intentions, because Hedo isn't a bad guy. He wants to be a superhero. He wants to create superheroes. So with the right influences around, he would. This isn't your cop-out story of like, oh, Goku befriends a villain again. This doesn't make any sense. No, like Hedo has good intentions at the start. He just doesn't know how to socially interact.
Yeah. And he got scammed by Magenta. I always pronounce his name wrong.
Magenta. I think
yeah, one of them too. But
so they Earth has fighters. Like, I mean, look, everybody is gonna, I'm sure, in their universes are training, but at this point, you could create a Universe 7, fuck it, just from Earth, Tournament of Power team without Goku and Vegeta, and they'd be all right. If they didn't, lose to, they'd either come in first or second. Second being losing to Jiren, just because you know he's training. So
right, exactly, and then it covers so many things, because it's like you still have familiar names with Goku, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, but then it's just like, just by doing that, you now have like a whole new Z Fighter team for like the next generation of anime fans, and then having Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, because like, let's call a spade a spade, their design is clearly that way to cater to children. Like they have the superhero aesthetic, the bright colors, the capes, the guns, like their energy beams have like faces on them and shit, which I thought was really dope. Like they're clearly like designed to appease to kids. So it's just like, now you have like the bridge characters like Piccolo and Gohan, who are like, oh shit, our old school Z Fighter team. And now you got like the new blood, like Goten and Trunks, like rising up the ranks, like you said, Android 17 being on the team, 18 to an extent, Pan's gonna get stronger and everything. Like you have like a whole new team that like can be like the next decade. But I think what would be like super dope, and if it happens, I'm saying that they stole it from us, and instead of building like a good Cell Max, what if Hedo and Bulma like teamed up and like rebuilt Android 16? But a super duper dope, like strong, like a Cell Max strength style Android 16, because it's like,
that is, that is a really good point, because Hedo did say he basically hated his grandfather's like previous creation. So yeah, he probably goes something more of his route.
And then that was 16 was based off of his uncle, right? That's like his dad, whoever the Jiro is, the mom or the dad that died in the car accident. That was his uncle, right? That'd be Hedo's uncle. I'm correct. I always forget if the 16 would. All right, cool, bet.
So, because we don't know Hedo's
what his parents look like. We just know that was one of Jiro's kids.
Jevo was his name, but he wasn't. He wasn't Hedo's father. So.
So it's just like there's already a familial tie there. Like like you just said, like he hated his grandfather's creations. 16's an established name. He's probably the only character in Dragon Ball history that has died and stayed dead. Like has never come back.
right.
In any facet. And then what also would be really cool is it would obviously be in like a training capacity, but we were never given a Goku 16 fight, which was the point of Android 16. He was built to kill Goku, and we never got to see that fight. So I could see a world like if they rebuild 16 and he's like on par with like how strong Cell Max was, and he can like keep up, and then like
and if he still loves nature, he can live on the
hell yeah. Well, look, we writing this shit for y'all, and then it'd be it's low hanging fruit to have like Goku when he like passes by Earth, like, and he's like, oh shit, 16's back, and he was just like, we never got a chance to fight before, and now that you're on our side, you want to fight? Like, and then we get a 16 Goku sparring fight, which I think would be dope. Though that that green shit's trash. Yeah, no, we don't need that. Hedo will spruce him up, bro. Like, he give him a nice little outfit.
Hedo will give him a nice little superhero fit.
But I feel like that would be dope. But just to kind of round out don't get me wrong, this shit sucked. Like, I hated this chapter, but again, I'm holding out hope because they're speeding through the movie so quickly, and there's clearly I would probably say at a minimum there's probably like at least 20 to 25 chapters left. Like if they're keeping like the same count that they usually do, like they usually. I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. So just like I would imagine, like, you know, I would probably say you could, depending on how they choose to do it, if they do keep the movie like beat for beat how it is, and don't add any additional, you know, details or like plot points or or scenes, you could realistically finish the movie in like 5 more chapters.
If the next chapter is just like the next like set of scenes from the movie, for those that are going to see the DB4L reels that we dropped to promote that episode, it's just going to be Matt on one side of the screen, and then just my chair and mic, because I ain't trying.
That would be hilarious.
I'm just gonna have like a picture of the Blu-ray DVD.
Facts.
Like, just be silent the whole time.
just put grab my iPad, hold up to the camera, just put play on the movie. Like this. This is what happened. This is what happened.
Just timestamp it where the movie takes place, and then just put it up to the screen.
Just be like that.
And then Toei will knock us. Will remove our video for copyright.
In fact, no, we gonna hold it upside down.
Yeah.
Got turned off auto rotate. Just hold it upside down.
Yep.
But that we might have to film that. That might be really funny. You know what we'll do? We'll hold it for chapter 93. If they give us the same shit again, that's just gonna be the real. We just gonna timestamp the movies like here, like right here. But is there anything else that you want to get off your chest about this amazing chapter?
Get outside, people. The weather's getting warmer. Don't worry.
There you go. Cos-Palooza Chapter 2, October 29th is the soft date. Like any changes in dates, obviously when we get closer to Halloween.
I'll end with positivity for the next Cos-Palooza. Please, we welcome all. Please come through.
Please.
I said this to you off mic. I'm going to say it on mic. You know, I couldn't be prouder for the work that you put in for Cos-Palooza.
I
know that, you
brother.
know, we all have our different hats that we wear for the DB4L podcast. We all know Mike is the super producer, Yali executive producer. You know, I write the creative briefs, handle the liaison with the context and everything. But when it comes to the events, the parties, the planning, that's Rogue One right here. So
King of the Mixies.
Proud for seeing it all come to fruition, and this is only the beginning, my brother.
I appreciate that, man, and I echo all the same sentiments, because it's like, you know, I can be a bit manic. I couldn't do this without you, brother. Like there's nobody else that I would want to go on this journey with. Like I love the team that we have built. It's only going to get bigger. It's going to have to get bigger now at this point. Like, we're going to have a serious conversation about like bringing on more people to help.
I'd still be like a social media person. That's number one on the list. That's number one.
But like you said, bro, like knowing that we're growing and needing more help is a great problem to have. It's a great problem. It is definitely an amazing problem to have. But yeah, chapter 2 is going to be a smash. Again, cosplay is optional for people who are, maybe you missed part 1. Part 2 is going to be, you know, like your introduction to the event, or people who are like still skeptical about, you know, coming in costume, or maybe you don't feel knowledgeable enough to pick a character again. And it doesn't have to be an anime character. It can literally be anybody you want to be. Like I said, we had TV characters, we had anime characters, we had comic characters, we had, you know, actual people cosplaying. Is like we had like I said, we had the Guy Fieri sighting in there or whatnot, what have you. So if it's a situation where you just want to like you test out the waters and you don't necessarily want to dress up, please come as you are. We had a lot of people that literally just heard the music and walked in off the street, saw the vibe, was just like, hell yeah, I'll party with you guys, you know. So it was a great time. It's going to continue to be a great time. We got something special here, man. We're gonna grow it. It's gonna be bigger, better, badder. It's gonna be awesome. Like I'm very excited. Again, thank you to Riot Nerd. Thank you to Milk Boy. Thank you to, you know, Meg, Yali, Mike. Thank you to everybody that came. Thank you to Ali. Thank you to Liv. Thank you to my good brother Trav. Shout outs to AOX. Thank you to Jordan, Natanya, Hood, Justin.
Brought the energy.
Like,
yes, sir.
You know, Jazzy, Shady, Kimmy. You know, the list goes on and on and on. But we want to thank everybody who has supported us. This was a labor of love. You know, this idea that we molded together. Again, like I said, like you know, Trav, you know, I appreciate you giving your flowers, because like the concept of Cos-Palooza, this was my brainchild. But again, I would not have been able to execute this without your help, brother. You know, keeping me level, keeping me on track. You know,
I got you.
You know, sometimes I can get like delusions of grandeur, Trav. Like, hey, maybe not the first time. We don't need to go that big. Like, let's keep it realistic. You know, like you know. So definitely keeping me level headed. I appreciate that. Fun fact before we get out of here. Do you know how many people like asked me about Ether last night? I mean, or Saturday?
No.
So many people, like me and Jordan, like kept getting it. Like, they was just like, yo, like, this is great. Like, is Ether coming back too? Like, so, like,
this cool and all.
And I was telling people, like, you know, like, we always gonna be the Ether boys. Like, the four of us are literally like, for people who are concerned, the four of us literally hang out all the time. Like, the group didn't break up. Like, it's always the Ether boys. It's just, you know, at the time that season 4 was about to start, Jordan and Hood got really deep into their musical bag, and they're over there killing it. I'm excited for what they got coming up. I won't say too much, but Hood's projects, I've heard some shit. Man, that boy's coming. He's on his way. Be on the lookout. Solvante, suave, suavemente, young Luca. And then, you know, me and Trav started, you know, DB4L, and I'm super excited for the expanded universe that we're about to build. Like, we coming. Like, we DB4L was just, it's the tip of the spear. Like we always said, like, it was designed, it was created, it was presented this way for a very specific reason. It was a easily digestible name. It's catchy. It's a property that everybody knows, whether you're hardcore or just casual. We just like, we're going to use this podcast and this platform to, you know, be welcoming, invite people in. It's the honey. But then once we get you and we got you, that's when we give you the steak. So it is on the way. We are building a larger audience. We already, you know, not rebranded, but, you know, revived the Annie Are You Okay podcast, our sister podcast. Shout out to super producer Mikey and Siebes on that one. And I'm over there all the time. And we got other things cooking. We got some other ventures, other creative endeavors that we're going to be cascading under our umbrella of this universe that we're building. It's up. It's up. Like, it's uppeth and it's stucketh. But Trav, before we wrap this up, like we always do, is there anything that you want to say to the people before we leave out this biatch?
Nah, I think we covered it all. I think it's let's keep the momentum. Let's keep it up.
Cos-Palooza Chapter 2 coming soon. But like we always say here on the DB4L podcast, we call you guys the lifers because you literally put the life in the Dragon Ball 4 life. So easiest way to stay up to date and support is to click that almighty Linktree link. The tree of what was the tree of might? Was the link tree of might is what we're gonna call it. That was a really good movie. That was a slept on Dragon Ball movie. That and the what was the Garlic Dream one? Dead Zone? That was that shit. Like the Dead Zone movie was like super dope. But yeah, the all powerful, the link tree of might, we're gonna put it in the description. That's the easiest way to support the podcast. Stay up to date. There's a lot of Cos-Palooza pictures and videos that we're still uploading. If you missed it, go see it. If you were there and want to reminisce, we'll have a lot of stuff. We'll tag people and put hashtags up as we get more content. If you did go to Cos-Palooza and you do have content, please, when you post it, put hashtag Cos-Palooza. That is COSPALOOZA is the spelling of it. We'll probably put that in the description of this video too, in case anybody forgets, or if you just like hit back 15 seconds and hear me spell it again. So if you have any content, hashtag Cos-Palooza when you put it on IG, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you use, so that way we can compile all of that content and make some pretty dope reels and, you know, things that we can commemorate and immortalize the event. But that's enough of me rambling. Like we always say here, whether you watch it or you read it, we all need it. So open up your nerd eye to navigate your nerddom, and we will see you next time on Dragon Ball 4 Life.
Bow.
Dodon Ray. Shout outs to super producer Mikey.
We love you, Mikey.
Heroes.
Shout out to Yali.
All caps.
Mortals, listen up. It's your god of destruction, Beerus here. Subscribe and follow the Dragon Ball for Life podcast, or else you shall be erased from existence. Hakai.